So this is a high-stress location, and I imagine people have one of two reactions when they see us, and they are polar opposites. Hello everyone, and welcome to another video of the SLP life, this time inpatient. As always, I am the SLP peep, one of many SLP peeps out there, and this month we are talking about the locations SLPs work in. I have previously talked about the educational, industry, service system. I don't know, I call it like so many different things, but it's basically education based. I have also talked about outpatient settings. This video we are talking about inpatient. If you like this content, please like and subscribe. Now let's move on. Let's define inpatient. We talked about outpatient, and the easiest definition of that is the patient sleeps at home. They do not spend the night somewhere else. Inpatient could be seen as the opposite. This is where the patient sleeps somewhere that isn't home or not their normal environment. These locations may include hospitals, skilled nursing facilities, which I will just say SNF from here on, or even inpatient rehab centers. There's outpatient and inpatient for rehab, so I need to specify. I've done an internship at a skilled nursing facility that was actually specialized, and it was specialized in respiratory systems, which let me not even get into that right now. Let's pull up the ASHA Big 9. The ASHA Big 9 is the scope of practice for SLPs. What we do will fit under one of these 9 categories. In inpatient settings, we can think more along the lines of cognition, dysphagia, maybe voice. Now these 3 are the 3 biggies when it comes to medical, and that's what inpatient is. As I mentioned before, I worked at a skilled nursing facility, a SNF, and it was specialized in voice, mainly respiratory and trach and ventilation. It's all classified under voice. Now, in addition for being specialized in the respiratory system, there was also a pediatric wing, which meant we worked on a lot of pediatric things as well. So out of the ASHA Big 9 here, let me go through it. Definitely worked on AAC, not so much on articulation, no oral rehabilitation. Cognition, not so much. Dysphagia, definitely part of the big medical 3. Fluency, well, we were just lucky if the kids talked, so not really fluency, no. Language, totally. And I also did a little bit of literacy, which falls under language. Pragmatic and social, I don't remember, but I'm pretty sure I did that as well. Voice, yep. So, yeah. Again, depending on the facility you work at may depend on which of the ASHA Big 9 your facility may work on the most. Just as with outpatient and graduate students, inpatient is not guaranteed for graduate students. In fact, graduate students may have to submit their cover letter, resume, have an interview with the hospital staff, personnel, in order to have a chance to have an internship there at a hospital. And still, it wasn't promised or anything. Now, when I worked at the skilled nursing facility, I think I submitted my resume. And that was after they said they would take me in. They just wanted to know what my background was. So some places, you may have to do a lot of prep work to get a chance to get in, and other places, they just might take you. Now, as I mentioned before, people tend to have one of 2 reactions, and they're nowhere near each other for kinds of reactions. People tend to be really happy when they see us, or really mad when they see us. Here's why. In these kinds of settings, the SLP works with the dietitian and doctor to work on what you eat. So the ASHA Big 9, do you remember that part that said dysphagia, i.e. swallowing? Yeah, that's why. We go to school and we have training on the mechanics of swallowing. This bone needs to move over there, this needs to open up, that needs to go down. Yeah, and there's additional training we can get as well. So As a speech language pathologist, we might sit next to your bed and ask you to eat certain foods. We might set you up so we can get a video x-ray of you eating. Or better yet, we can stick something up your nose and watch you eat from like right here. Oh, it's so cool. I've had it done to me. I have assisted in all 3 of these ways, and it's kind of cool. Now, if you think having something stuck up your nose sounds really awful, I will let you know this. First off, it's smaller than my pinky. Next, have you ever had milk come out of your nose? Like, remember that burning? No. It's so much easier than that. And depending on your SLP, you might not even notice something's there. You just feel a hand on your face because we need to make sure it goes in. Based on what the SLP sees, records, and evaluates, the SLP makes recommendations about what your diet should be, what textures you can eat, or what thickness of drinks even. We just want to make sure you are safe when you eat. That's pretty much it. The educational level needed for these SLPs is a master's. Again, granted, there's additional trainings that an SLP may get. That's supplementary, but good. There are some SLPs that decide to get their doctorates. We'll talk more about that in the next video. And SLPAs, I don't think I've ever seen an SLPA at a hospital or a skilled nursing facility. It doesn't mean they don't exist, it just means I don't see them. The daily schedule for SLPs in a more medical-based but inpatient environment can be very weird. For the most part, I believe it's more along the lines of the 9 to 5, you go to work, you get out of work. But because it is a medical setting and some of these settings are hospitals, it may be a little different. I don't believe any SLPs actually do like an overnight shift, but they do need to be a little bit more flexible in case of emergencies. One of my friends did a clinical fellowship in a rehab skilled nursing facility, inpatient environment, and she would get random calls saying, please come in tomorrow. Saturday, the weekend, you need to do an evaluation. So there is the 9 to 5 aspect to it where it's pretty much a set schedule, but there's also an on-call factor. Question for this video, have you met an SLP in any of these settings? Was this your first time seeing an SLP in this setting? Let's just add another one in there for fun. What did you learn in this video? What was different that you didn't know before? Please let me know down below, and while you're there, please like and subscribe to this video as well. Thank you so much for watching. Have a terrific day. Bye-bye. I'm getting this all knocked out. Boom. It's all classified under voice. There goes a car. Thank you, car. I'm just gonna wait for those cars. She kind of gets that 9 to 5 regardless. I've done an internship at a